Dear student, today we are going to study Standard 9th, Subject Yoga, Health and Physical Education, Lesson 12, Kabaddi. Introduction of Kabaddi. Kabaddi is an Indian game. It is being played in a small and open ground without any equipments. This game is simply and competitive. It being the game of bravery, it has become popular in remote villages of India. It has also become prevalent in the Asia countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, China, Japan, Malaysia, and Sri Lanka, etc. Before so many years, the game of Kabaddi was played in India under various names and forms. In Western India as Hututu, in Eastern India as Hududu, in South India as Chudugudu, and in North India as Konbada. Presently, it is played as Kabaddi in India and other Asian countries. In the initial stage, Kabaddi games was played in three forms: dead method, immortal method, and live method. In the dead method, a player who becomes out was not revived. In immortal method, a player become out was remaining in the game, but the rider side was given the points against the player become out. Whereas in live method, a player become out has to go out of the ground and has to sit in the waiting block. Such a player has to wait till the opponent's side's player become out. In this method, being out and reviving continues till the end of the game. Maharashtra state has played important role to make this game popular at the national level. In 1923, the Hind Vijay Gymkhana of Baroda and in 1934, Maharashtra Sharirik Shikshan Mandal Pune had formulated, formulated the rules of competition and had organized the competition. In 1936, Hanuman Vyayam Pracharak Mandal Amravati had given the demonstration of Kabaddi game in the World Olympic organized in Berlin of Japan and propagated the game. In 1938, the Indian Olympic Games were organized in Kolkata, in which the game of Kabaddi was introduced. In 1950, All India Kabaddi Federation was established. From 1952, national Kabaddi competition were started. From 1955 to 56, the organization of national Kabaddi competition for women were started. In 1972, Amateur Kabaddi Federation of India came into existence, which is now known as Kabaddi Federation of India. This federation controlled the complete game. In 1978, Asian Amateur Kabaddi Federation was established and in 1980, the first Asian Kabaddi Championship was organized in Kolkata. In 1990, the 11th Asian Games were organized in Beijing in China, in which the game of Kabaddi was introduced, include with formality. In these games, India has achieved the only gold medal. Since the beginning of Asian Games, India was won the gold medal every year till now. After introduction, the ground of Kabaddi. The ground of Kabaddi should be leveled and should be made from soft clay. For schoolboys and girls, the ground of Kabaddi is 11-meter length and 8-meter width. Its shape is rectangular. For senior boys above 19 years, the measurement of the ground is 30 meters length and 9-meter width. The space of 4 meters on all the sides of the playground should be leveled without any obstructions. Dear students, you see the, the slide playground measurement for junior boys and girls below 90 years, and girls also, women also. The length of the ground 11 meter, 11-meter length. The width of the ground 8 meter. 8-meter width. Then distance between end line to center line 5.50 meters. This one's between, this is the end line to center line. Distance between end line to center line 5.50 meters. Then center line to cross line, that means buck line, distance 3 meters. This is the center line, then buck line. Distance is between 3 meters. Then cross line to bonus line, cross line, buck line to bonus line, distance 1 meter. Then bonus line to end line 1.50 meter distance. Then lobby. Lobby should be 1 meter broad and 11 meter long from ground line on both sides here. Lobby. So length 11 meter and width 1 meter. Both the sides lobby here also. Then waiting block. Waiting block, it should be 2 meter away from both end line. 2 meter away. The end line and waiting block here also. Its measurement is 6 meter in length and 1 meter width. Its length 6 meter and width 1 meter width. Okay. After this, Kabaddi playground for senior boys and junior boys above under 19 years also. Length of the ground, length 30 meters and width 10 meters. 13-meter length and 10-meter width. You can see here width is 10 meter. Then distance between end line to center line 6.50 meter. Distance between, this is the end line and this is the center line. Distance in between end line to center line 6.50 meter. Then center line to cross line, that means buck line, 3.75 meter. This is the center line to buck line distance 3.75 meter. Then buck line to bonus line distance 1 meter. Then bonus line to end line distance 1.75 meter. Then lobby should be 1 meter broad, lobby, the 1 meter broad, and 30 meters long from ground line on both sides. 30 meters is length. Its length is 30 meters both the side. Here also at lobby. Okay, then waiting block. Waiting block, it should be 2 meter away from both end line. End line to waiting block, 2 meter distance both the side. Here also its measurement is 8 meter length. Its length, waiting block length 8 meter and width 1 meter. After the ground, the equipments using Kabaddi, mattress, whistle, stopwatch, marking thread and chalk, scoreboard, red, green and yellow cards. Games time. For senior and junior boys, first half 20 minutes, then 5-minute break, then second half 20 minutes. Second, for girls and sub-junior boys, 50 minutes first half and 5-minute break, then 15 minutes second half. The skill of the game. The skill are divided into two parts as follow. First, skill of rider and second, skill of anti-rider. We will see the skill for rider. First, crossing the buck line. When a rider raids and comes back in his cart without making any of the anti-riders out, it is compulsory for him to cross the buck line. To cross the buck line, a rider has to put his one of the leg in between the buck line and the end line, having no touch of any part of his body with the ground in between the buck line and the middle line, keeping the count continuous. Second, just touching with leg. During the riding, when an anti-rider player happens to be nearer to the rider, he rider shall try to doze to anti-rider and straighten his leg from the knee speedily and try to touch the foot of an anti-rider to make him out. While extending his leg, he shall bend his rear leg from the knee and keep the balance. This time, his eyesight should be at the anti-rider. This action can be performed with the support of one leg and two hands. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आप यहाँ स्लाइड में देख रहे हो फर्स्ट टचिंग विथ लेग स्किल. Second, third skill, kicking. During the riding, a rider shall bend his one leg from the knee and extend in the air and try to touch the anti-rider in between the portion of the anti-rider's body from above his knees. This action is called kicking. According to different position of the body, a player can be made out by three type of kicks. First, front kick, second, back kick, and third, side or oblique kick. First, front kick. In front kick, a rider shall bend his leg from the knee and speedily extend it in the front of make an anti-rider out. By the touching of the kick, while performing this kick, a rider shall raise his body a little from the palm of the other leg and shall lean and little lean a little on his backside to keep the balance. His both the hands shall remain extended toward the sides. Dear students, आप देख रहे हो स्लाइड में डाउनवर्ड फिगर, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड बैक किक एंड राइट हैंड साइड किक. Second, back kick. A rider shall turn toward the side of the leg with which he shall have to kick and shall turn his back toward the anti-rider and then with a speed he shall extend his leg toward the anti-rider and shall try to touch him. This time a rider shall lean downward and shall extend his both the hands sideward to keep the balance of the body. This whole action he shall do speedily and shall keep his eyesight toward the anti-riders so that he may not be caught. Third, side or oblique kick. To kick on the side or obliquely, a rider shall bend his leg a little from the knee and shall raise it speedily on the side or oblique and shall try to make the anti-rider out. To keep the balance, he shall lean in the opposite direction of the raised leg and shall keep the hands extended towards the sides. Fourth skill, to break the cover. To make the riders out, the anti-riders get together and from the cover joining their hands in different formation. A rider, according to the situation, shall speedily move on one or two steps or shall try extending his hands or legs and shall make the anti-riders helpless to go on backside. But the anti-rider shall try to cover the rider to trap him. The rider shall try to escape from the trap of the anti-rider either from the side or slipping through the leg or from below or above the hands chain or breaking the chain. Below the figure are given. One figure is to breaking the cover from above. ये स्टूडेंट्स आप स्लाइड में देख रहे हो जो फर्स्ट फिगर है द ब्रेकिंग द कवर फ्रॉम अबव एंड सेकंड फिगर द ब्रेकिंग द कवर slipping through the legs. The fifth skill, to chase or attack behind the rider. A rider, when returns back to his court, suddenly without getting any point, an anti-rider speedily chases him in his court and extends his leg or his hand or legs to touch him and comes back to his court. This action is called chasing or attacking behind the rider. Here, the chaser requires speed, ability to stop the speed suddenly, tossing ability, etc., which require much importance. Dear students, now today we have stopped here. Next point, skill of anti-riders and rules of the games we will see in next part 2 lecture. Thank you.